Welcome to the live stream tonight, guys. Hope you guys had a great day. We got a lot to talk about today, so we're going to get started. Welcome to Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. It's a mouthful. We provide the tools and you do the work. I'm Coach Neighbors, and tonight we're going to cover a couple of things. Tonight we're going to cover a new strategy that we're going to implement to stop the judicial sale of the illegal judicial sale of property, stop the sale of property and the illegal judicial foreclosure situation. We're going to compare a couple of online courses to my online course. Yeah, I found a couple of online courses, and the comparison is very interesting. We'll get to that later. We're going to check out what's new. I have a couple of things that are new on the list, so we need to check out the what's new section. And last but not least, I'm going to answer a few of your questions at the end of the live stream. I noticed last week everybody had all these questions while I was trying to teach stuff. So I'm going to have a little space at the end of the stream where I'll answer your questions. I hope the questions are about the non-conventional program that we're structuring or how to switch your program over to the non-conventional program. I don't really like to answer a bunch of questions about the conventional stuff and what they do because none of that stuff's going to help you. I only like to talk about stuff that's going to help you. Now, I can't answer everybody's questions. So what I'll do is I'll pick a few, 2 or 3 of the questions and answer them if people have questions tonight. So we're going to leave a few minutes at the end of the stream to answer some questions. I want to make this as user-friendly as possible and try to answer your questions that you have. Hopefully they're pertaining to what you need to do to get in the new program here, not the old program, because the old program is not working for people. Before we get started into all of that good stuff, I want to remind you guys to please click on those YouTube ads so I can get paid. When YouTube starts paying me the big money, I'm going to drop my prices even lower to make sure that anybody that's interested in fighting, even if they're struggling, has an opportunity. So it's going to be kind of like a non-for-profit, but I'm not calling it that because I cannot incorporate my business. If I did, they would force me into court and not allow me to defend myself because a corporation can't defend itself in court. So if I'm a private business, I can. So that's kind of how I'm rolling with this. So you guys make sure that you click on those ads so I can get paid. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and please ring the bell. When you click that bell, that allows you to get notifications when it's time for me to stream or when I post new videos. So that ringing that bell is real important. And the last thing I want to ask you guys to do is please share my videos on your Facebook page, on your social media. Just throw it out there. You don't have to tell anybody that you went through this. Is hey, I saw this guy doing this cool stuff, and check it out. If anybody needs, here it is. You'd be surprised at how many people that you know are in need, but no one wants to say anything because they're embarrassed. So if you guys could share my videos and my live streams on your social media, that would help me a lot. And that would also help your friends because you never know how many of your friends are in this situation or going to be looking at this situation. So now let's just get straight into it. The new strategy that we're talking about to stop the non-judicial foreclosure sale process. Now, what we've been doing with this is going after, in the non-judicial program, we just been waiting until we're in the eviction court to go to sue them. Now, we have the new online course together for the non-judicial wrongful foreclosure DY, wrongful foreclosure lawsuit DY. We have that online course open now, and I think we have one person enrolled in it so far. That course is the bomb. Now, the non-judicial process, we have set this up to where you can file your lawsuit in federal court and try to take over that way. But we need to be a little bit more precise at how we attack this sale process situation. So I'm working on a new a new lawsuit package right now that homeowners will be able to use to attack the attorney that signed the notice of default letter and the corporation that's selling your house. So in this new package, you'll be going after the attorney that signed the notice of default letter, because that attorney or trustee, you can call it whatever you want. I was arguing on the phone. Somebody was telling me it was the trustee. It's not the trustee, but it don't matter who it is. It's an attorney. And when you add that person as the number one defendant to your lawsuit and their corporation that's selling the house, it's going to add a whole new wrinkle to the program. They are not used to us doing the non-conventional things. And I don't think the corporation that's selling your house wants to get dragged into all of this, because the facts that we list in our document are the bomb. And those facts interfere with people getting to their case law. People tell me all the time about their case law. Where's the case law? Well, if they can't get past the facts, they don't make it to the case law. That's how that rolls. Good evening, Ralph. Welcome to the show tonight, buddy. I'm glad you shared. That's cool. Your brother needs to get on board and take care of this problem. If he has the same problem, he needs to get a handle. Thank you, Al. I appreciate that. I think you guys are the greatest ones, because you guys are the ones that are going in the dark to go get this done. So, well, actually, you're already in the dark. You're just you're in the dark in their program, because their program is structured to help them, and then you're in the darker when you're in my program, because my program is new and unheard of. But as you guys can see, there's a lot of people in my program that are still sticking around, and they're still in their house. So we need to have the lawsuit package set up where the owner can sue their attorney who signed the notice of default letter and the corporation that's selling your house. That's it. We don't want to add the least amount of people that you add, the more pressure is on them. The more people you add, the less pressure is on them, because all of those people you add are going to be taking shots at getting it dismissed. So none of them have to be held accountable. Now, I'm working on the lawsuit package that folks will be able to use to sue the attorney and the corporation that's selling your house. And I should have that done by the end of this week, or maybe sooner. So next week, we may talk about this again as one of the subjects that we touch on. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating the title dispute by adding the corporation selling the property to the lawsuit as the number two defendant, and the number one defendant is going to be the attorney who signed the notice of default letter, who's actually orchestrating all of this. Now we're figuring out that strategies to challenge the foreclosure are that we need to be using are unconventional, and that's what we use, unconventional strategies. So they don't have a game plan for strategies like what we're using. So you have a better chance of making them stand down when you're doing something unconventional. And the other thing that you guys need to remember too is there's going to be a lot of people facing this problem, and there's going to be a lot of people just giving up. So these attorneys have a ton of people that are giving up, and they're having to pass them up because of your sorry butt fighting. So that's one way to look at it. At some point in time, they're just going to let you go on because they're missing a whole bunch of opportunities over here dealing with you, screaming and scratching and kicking. That's how we do it. We already know that we're not going to have any chance in court because they structured the program, and they're the ones, and they structured the rules in the program for you, but they don't follow any of them. Now, if this new strategy is deployed properly, it could stop the foreclosure process. Because when you sue, all you have to do is take out one of the players or two of the players. And the corporation selling the property is a player. And when you jam them up, they're going to be worried about other people seeing what they're doing. They don't care about you. They care more about what they've done already and how many other people they throw under the bus. That's what motivates them to go sit the hell down and leave you alone. So this new strategy that we're implementing, and if you've invested in the package, um, one of the lawsuit that you have in the package, you can use for this. You're going to have to make a few changes to it, but that shouldn't be a problem because that's why you're here. That's what you're learning to do while you're here. If you're doing your homework, you should be able to make the changes to that document to make it fit anywhere you need. That's how we do it here, and that's what you're learning. So this, if you're already in the program and you have the lawsuit package, then you have the lawsuit in that package. The lawsuit that we're going to use against the judge is the one that I would use to file against the corporation and the attorney. And we're going to see how they like that. We'll have more on that subject next week, and I'll probably highlight the course or the online package when I get it done, and I'll show you guys, open it up and show you guys what it looks like on the inside. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is I want to compare the online course. So we're going to look at a couple of online courses and show you guys. Now, this one, I'm going to put a link in so you guys can click on the link and look at it closely if you want to. This is the online course that's online. This is somebody else's course. This is not mine. This is somebody else's course. Well, we're going to do a screen share, and I'm going to show you the online course. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to do a screen share now. Now I have the non-judicial online course up and running, and we have one member enrolled in it, and I think I have 62 members enrolled in the judicial online course. It's been up since I started working on it back when the lockdown started. That's what I spent my time working on. So this is an online course that I found. I just Googled online foreclosure defense online course, and I found a couple that we're going to look at today. And this one here was the first one, and it was first on the list. And you can see here what they talk about here. And they actually make it sound like maybe they're really going to help you here. You talk about homeowners, especially litigation attorneys, investors, slow down the spread of the new financial crisis. So when you get all through the blah, 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 and you get right down to the stuff here, you see featuring in the studio webinar guest lectures. So the first guest lecture is a California foreclosure defense attorney. And then you have a paralegal and consultant, DM Consultants LLC. And then a Florida notary public and pro se foreclosure litigant. And a retired attorney and former U.S. clerk to the U.S. District Court under Judge John Wood. So these are all of the guys that are involved in putting this together. And when you scroll down here, you can see the things that they're saying they're going to help you do. Organize your paperwork, get your mindset, terms and definitions, understanding the battle, both judicial and non-judicial settings. And I'm just going to cut this a little bit short. If you go down through here, I don't see, if you notice this, all of these things that they're talking about are conventional options. that don't work for anybody. So I'm just saying, they're all conventional options that don't work for anybody. But the interesting thing is, when you look at these courses that they're offering online and you spend a little bit of time reading them, you find out that their strategy is to provide an approach to defending residential mortgage foreclosure actions in Illinois with with a view toward resolving the matter in the client's favor as expeditiously and with little pain as possible. So I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I copied and pasted that out of the website, out of one of the websites. So basically, what they're going to do, they're designed for seasoned and new attorneys alike, and the course will review strategical handling of foreclosure defense, squashing service, objecting to standing, alternatives such as short sales, loan modifications, and deed in lieu of foreclosures. So this is what they want to help you do in this online course. Squash the service. So the judge is going to have to agree that the service is squashed. So if they didn't provide you proper service, the judge can squash the service, and then they're going to reserve you and move forward. Objecting to standing. So if you object to standing, if you object to anything other than challenging jurisdiction, you're done. So I don't know. They didn't mention challenging jurisdiction in here, and I'm pretty sure no attorney is going to help you challenge the jurisdiction. So objecting to standing is not going to help you. And then alternatives such as short sale, loan modification, and deed of lieu foreclosure. Yeah, those are the conventional options that you have in foreclosure defense. Generally, there's three options: short sale, loan modification, or bankruptcy. Oh, wait, there's a fourth option that I had a lady telling me about. She said her attorney told her after she ran out of money that he didn't know why she was fighting and she needed to just move out. That was her fourth option after she paid him $39,000 to move out. So you guys can see that this course is structured for attorneys. Let's take a look at the second one. Okay, let's take a look at the second one. Now, this one is my course. And this is behind Teachable. This is the backside of it. So you can see here, now this is the non-judicial course, and the judicial and the non-judicial courses are almost the same. The only difference between the non-judicial and the judicial course is this little bit of new things added here. Okay, the only difference between the non-judicial and the judicial as far as foreclosure defense is, in the non-judicial, you have to have a strategy to block the eviction process and also to attack the sale of your property, which is what we're adding into this. This here we put in here to block the eviction process or any state court proceedings that are going on. We've added this package in here and these instructions to do just that. So if you're in a non-judicial foreclosure, this is the first thing you're going to file. you're going to be filing this against the judge that signed on, or, well, no, actually, you're going to be filing this. You're going to be making if there's no case in court, if there's no eviction process, then you're going to be filing this in federal court to control the state court process. And if there's no state court process, then you're going to be filing this in federal court or state court, depending on what you decide. You're going to be filing this against the attorney and the law firm, the attorney. And I would also add the person, that the corporation that's selling your house. I would add them in. That's the new addition that we're going to do. I haven't put that in the instructions in here yet, but I'm telling you now, and it'll be in the instructions tomorrow. So that's how we're going to do that. And this is the difference between the two courses. The non-judicial has these extra documents that you need to get yourself in court, because the non-judicial process is done outside of court. And that whole process, if you ask me, is fraud. I've done my homework on it, and it's my opinion that the non-judicial process was put on the books to provide these fake attorneys an opportunity to process the foreclosure when people pack up and leave. And then the attorneys figured out that we don't know anything, and they just start using it for everything. And that's why in most states there's both processes. And some states just go by non-judicial, like Texas, California, Arizona. Yeah, some of those states, that's all they use is, unless it's a HOA or a third-party debt collector that's putting a lien on your property or whatever. But in most cases, that's the situation. So this addition to the online course will help you guys take charge. You'll be able to file your lawsuit against the attorneys, against the corporation that's trying to sell your house. And I think when you jam them up, it's going to be a problem, because they're not going to want to play. And they're not going to be listening to the attorney's crap anymore, telling them that they got you under control. So you can see here in this online course, the first thing that you can tell that this course is structured for homeowners and not for attorneys to be beating up on homeowners. And you can tell from the lectures and the videos, things you know to get started. And then you got affidavit. So I put in these online courses everything that I think that you would need. There's a ton of documents in an online course, because I put everything in it that I think you would need. And remember, when you look at the online courses, or when you go to my YouTube channel, look at the videos, the first section of the title is what I use for YouTube to rank the video. The second part of the title is actually what you're coming to look at that video for. So that it could get kind of confusing. So you guys need to keep that in mind when you're searching. And anytime you have a zip file in your package, that you're going to need to go to my YouTube channel, and you're going to need to look for the video. You're going to need to search for the name of the video in that zip file in order to review the instructional video for filing the paperwork. So if you have a lawsuit, if you got the wrongful foreclosure lawsuit package, inside of that package are a couple of extra. I think one of them is, if I remember off the top of my head, the reconsideration package. That's the package you use to sue the judge with if you're in a situation of judgment against you. So you would have to watch that video in addition to the video, the name of the package you open up. Yeah, that's how we set this up. And looking back on it, I could have been a little more organized with it, but they say hindsight's better vision when you look back on stuff after you already passed that road, where the bumps are. So you guys should go to my YouTube channel, and if you're looking for the instructional videos, they'll be in a playlist. So you look for the instructional video playlist, and then you search in that playlist for the videos that you need to watch whatever it is you need to watch to learn how to do what you need to do. It's really important that you watch the videos before you fill this stuff out and take it down there and try to stick it in their face. Because in the videos, I go over the things that the people in the group have brought up, the things that attorneys are trying to do to get out of being held accountable and all of that. We go over those things. So when you get in a situation, when the clerk's trying to refuse you, you'll know when the clerk tells you, hey, you can't file this because you have the attorney written as listed here as the number one defendant. Well, if you watch the video, you'll be able to tell her, no, look, I added a file stamp copy of what they filed against my property, and it is only signed by the attorney. And that's why the attorney is named one defendant. My legal team said this is what I needed to do. So are you giving me legal advice? Because if you are, it's really crappy. Yeah, you can put them on the spot with that all the time when they're trying to help you. Because believe me, anytime they tell you to do something, you need to do the opposite. Because they're not going to tell you to do anything that's going to help you. I had a lady told me they told her one day she missed the eviction hearing. They told her she needed to file an appeal. Well, if she missed the hearing, then she wasn't there to object to anything. She has nothing to appeal. I don't know. Yeah, their legal advice is really crappy. So you should not be listening to them. Oh, wait, filing the $5.5 million wrongful foreclosure lawsuit. I didn't see this option in the other online course options that you guys had. So yeah, none of them are helping you file a lawsuit. And I'm telling you right now, until you file a lawsuit and start suing these fools, they don't care. They're just going to keep running you around and running you around until they run you out of time and they get their eviction order. And once they get their eviction order, it's really hard to fight because they call the other court. These courts, these fools all call each other and communicate. And what's going to happen is when they get the eviction order, anything you file is going to go in the basket on the desk over there until the 10 days is up. They're going to tell you the COVID, whatever, the judges got COVID and everybody got COVID. They're going to stall you off for the 10 days and to get the sheriff out there to kick you out of your house, because they know if they get you kicked out the door, you're going to have it's going to be a little more complicated for you to get in their way, because you're going to have to be figuring out how to secure your property. So you can see a lot of work went into this online course, and I structured this course for property owners, investors, property investors, for business entrepreneurs who are interested in doing what I'm doing here. This gives you the groundwork, the tools, the videos, everything is all here in one place that you need to get this done. And if you're an entrepreneur or a property investor protecting your rental properties, this is what you need. I have a guy in one state that has a team of 6 people that are all taking this course, and these 6 people are going to handle are going to manage his foreclosure properties all over the United States. So I think he has properties in like 4 or 5 different states. So we're going to stop this. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you guys on the screen share. What's new and upcoming? Well, it's not new and upcoming. It's new in here. As you can see, this is something that I've been working on for a while. And what I've done here is I've taken this 42 USC section 1983 civil lawsuit issue and structured it to address the foreclosure situation. So basically, you're going into court and you're going to be addressing the issues of the court violating your rights with their policies and procedures and illegal stuff that they're doing in court. And this is a different way to approach them. They have no defense for this because their court rules and processes clearly violate your rights. It's actually a more efficient way to look at it would be a due process violation, and that package is in the works. It's kind of put on the burner right now until I get this other one finished because of the issue with the evictions and things like that. We want to try and help as many of those people block the eviction process as we can. But we'll get to that. This package is the bomb, and it's set up to sue the attorneys and the government players for violating your civil rights under the color of law. And I think I've sold 2 or 3 of these. This is pretty new, and I have not communicated with the people that invested in this. So I'm going to put a link to this in the page so you guys can. So you guys can go to it directly. And one of the things I like about using this, Sam Cart is the name of this website that I have these ads hosted on. I like using them because I'm able to put videos in my offer. And if I did that on my website, the page would load really slow. So I'm able to put videos here so that you guys can click on the videos and you can see exactly what you're getting. You can see the front page of the document. You can learn a little bit about the document, what it takes to get it filed, what you need to look out for. All of those things you'll be able to learn before you are in a position to make the decision on making an investment. Now I start giving money back. I don't do money back anymore because I was getting scammed in my property lawsuit. Eliminate property tax package with people lying to get their money back. So I don't do money back. I have plenty of information here that you can look at and decide if it works for you. And this shows some of my other packages, but it's not showing all of the other packages. So I need to look into that. So that's it on the screen share. We're going to. So you guys are need to be aware when I post the other, get the new package finished. I'll post it in the group so everyone can see. I'm probably going to make it really, really, really cheap, like maybe in the $150, $175 range. It's kind of what I'm thinking, and that'll give people opportunity to get it that needed. Now you guys can go in with other people and get and get these documents or the package that you need to do things and share them. The only thing is I only want to communicate with the person that actually invested in the package. That's fair to me and to the other people in the group that are already working. So, but the option's there. I don't really care. I want to do whatever we can do to help as many people as we can stay in their house and kick these attorneys in the face. So that's how we roll. Now I was going to. Ralph says he's having good progress with his property tax lawsuit. Well, that's good, Ralph. How do you know you're having good progress? I'm just wondering what are we basing that on? So I think what I'm going to start doing is provide a little time at the end of a stream, maybe the last 10 or 15 minutes to answer questions from people. So if you have questions, you might want to make sure that you make it here. I would like the questions to be related to the non-conventional program that we're doing, or how to switch your foreclosure over to the non-conventional program, or I will answer whatever questions. Now I'll get to choose the question that I want to answer, so don't get grumpy if I don't answer your question. But this will give us a little bit of a chance to interact, and then I can answer questions. Last week, people had questions. Now, if you have questions about your download didn't come through or something like that, that's something that we should handle in private. So that's not something that we should be talking about in front of everybody who, whose download came through. Okay. You get my point. I want to make sure that I'm sharing information with people that everyone finds value in. And there's a link to my website. So anybody new looking at this can go to the website and check out the options that we have. Yep. Ralph said large corporations have to follow the rules for administrative procedures, not state citizens. Yes, they do. And if they don't follow the rules for administrative procedures, then it's a problem. Now, in administrative courts, you can't get money, but you can certainly get them, get things rolling, get control of the situation. And you always want to add the civil rights violations in there that you can't add money for. You just mix them two together. Okay, the attorneys don't like to do that, but we ain't attorneys, so we can do whatever we want to, because we're willing to do whatever it takes. So if you're willing to do whatever it takes, the sky's no limit in this program. And I want to here is eliminate property tax. Oh no, this is the motion for sanctions. This is a link to what we put together to handle traffic tickets, misdemeanors, anything that's done that a prosecutor is involved in. And there's a link to a website. So that's all the value I have that I'm bringing to the table today, guys. I hope you guys had found something interesting in our stream tonight. And I will see you guys. Actually, I'm going to be posting a new video on Tuesday. And that video will probably be the instruction video for the new package that I'm putting together. So, and I'll keep you guys up to date. You can't respond with the legal team because of the racketeering and RICO. So what do you mean you can't respond with their legal team, Ralph? If you're your own attorney, then you would be able to respond with their legal team or whoever they hire. They have to hire somebody, and then you can add them. Then have to hire somebody else. Yeah. So tell them that you should be able to. Your legal team said that you should be able to respond to them. And if you can't, they're violating your due process rights along with all of the other rights. You're welcome, Ralph. I wonder where everybody's at tonight. You get to run the show tonight, huh? Just you and I, man. Oh, wait. No, there was somebody else here. Mr. Johnson. You and I and Mr. Johnson. Yep. Okay, we run the show right now. We're gonna call a play, and it's time for a timeout so we can go to the refrigerator and get something to drink. So good night, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.